All right, it's cleanup time. Putting some things away here. I've been trying out these Tubbo towels, okay? I was kind of against them for like the longest time. I remember that Clay from Coon Trucking told me about them. One day I ended up getting some, and to my surprise, they actually work really, really well. Of course, everyone says they work really well, but trying it out for myself will tell you it's a safer method than using brake cleaner, that's for sure. Brake cleaner tends to break parts down over time on these tools, especially like if you wanted to leave the name on the tool on there. I know a handful of my ratchets, it's taken the name off of them. So, trying it out. Cleans up pretty nice. Yes, it's used, you could tell this thing's been beaten up pretty good, but I've been running them for about 2 years, so I don't really have any complaints. All right, a few people probably saw me posting on Facebook. You guys have probably seen me talk about it a few times in a couple of videos. I am clearing out some tools. I'm getting rid of quite a few things, to include even the toolbox. No, I'm not quitting the automotive trade. Some people speculated that I was leaving the trade. Not leaving the trade. But you know, in order for me to keep certain things that I want to keep in life, I have to decide to get rid of other things in order to satisfy certain debts, so that way I can continue to afford the things and the lifestyle that I want. Sorry, that camera angle was bothering the crap out of me. So at any rate, no, I'm not leaving the automotive trade or field. I'm here at Ron's Automotive to stay. I already told you guys I'm in it to win it at this point. But you know, I spent quite a bit of money on this toolbox. It's supposed to be my retirement box. Look, I love this box. I love everything about this box. I really do. But it's one of my only assets that's worth as much as it is. And if I can get what I want out of it, which I'm asking for 8, if I can get that, I can satisfy a few things off the old pallet, which frees things up for me financially. And, you know, I'm not hurting. There was a few moments that I was. I'm doing better now, but I'm still not at that point where I want to be yet. So that's why I just started going through some of the stuff here that I had at work. What can I live with? What can I live without? You know what I mean? And just trying to decide from there. Most of the stuff, to be honest, that I have left, if I did sell the toolbox, could very well fit in the service cart. I think. Most definitely I could probably fit it in one of those Harbor Freight Gen 3 toolboxes, and I had thought about that too. You know, I could just do the same exact thing, get the LED light bar for the inside of it, hang my pictures up the same exact manner, still have pretty much close to the same amount of space. Not exactly. Okay, my power drawer, it holds quite a bit. It's a pretty wide drawer. It's a 72-inch box. I do not know where I'd be if I did end up going that route, but it is a thought. It comes in at a fraction of the cost, and like I said, if I can clear up what it is that I owe to a couple of things, why not? So I just wanted to answer that question for a few people that are speculating that I'm getting ready to get out of the field because I posted something on my Facebook that says selling it all. Well, pretty much to me it feels like I'm selling it all, because I'm getting rid of a lot of higher end things that I don't need them. I wanted them, I've had them, I don't need them. Things that I do want, I've got to trade certain wants for other wants. So, you know, it really kind of comes down to making the overall decision. What do you want to keep? What makes you most happiest right now? Look, this toolbox makes me happy as shit. I love this toolbox, but I love having my motorcycle more. And I feel like if I can get rid of this toolbox, clear up a couple of debts, I would be able to swing my payment every month. And that's what it's really about for me right now. I'm just trying to learn how to budget, afford the things that I want and need out of life. Primarily need first, obviously. But nah, children are good, I'm good, everyone's good, everyone's well taken care of. You know, we got food in the house, we've got furnishings, you know what I mean? Everyone's happy, they pretty much got their own room. Life isn't bad, okay? Life is not bad. There are some tough things that I'm going through right now that I just no longer really care to discuss on the interwebs. I'm just learning to let it go, kind of like taking my own advice here for a minute. So if you don't see me wanting to talk about things very much, that's because I don't want to talk about them. We had a live stream a couple weeks back. I ended up touching base on some of the things, and I shouldn't have, which is why I took it down. I just don't want to talk about my personal stuff anymore. I'm kind of over it. So it doesn't do me any good to regurgitate the past or things that are not working out, things that are working out. I'm just taking it one day at a time, my friends, one day at a time. But yeah, tub of wipes, pretty good stuff if you guys haven't used them before. Look, I've had the same tub of wipes now for nearly a year. Okay, I do not clean my tools very often, but when I do, they look good. They look good. See you guys back at the house for beer and bullshit. It always comes down to choice. This is my choice. I think the best way to clear up some financial obligations I have, to include my MATCO tool obligation. Granted, I paid cash money for this toolbox, so only thing that I owe MATCO money on is some of the tools that I have, and I don't owe them that much. I think I have them paid down to about 3. So if I can get 8 for the toolbox, that satisfies that, and that's a $300 monthly payment that I'm ditching, you see? So that's why I got it listed for what I got it listed for. The other 5 would help me to clear up some other financial obligations that also cost me monthly payments. And after that, I'm swimming in Crisco, man. Then I'll be able to afford it, you know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you who have your beers. I am walking across the street to get me some cigarettes, and I was thinking about this topic for today, and I was like, you know what? This might be important to somebody else out there too. What are you willing to give for the things that you want? Not need, want. That's the question for the day. See, like, I need to pay the rent and utilities, take care of everyone's living conditions. I need to buy food so we can all eat. I need to pay utilities for various reasons that you guys already know all too well. But what about the want? Okay, so I wanted a very nice toolbox. I paid for it in cash. What I needed was just a box to store some stuff and didn't have to be something high end. So I did all right with that. But now currently, I want to be able to keep my motorcycle. I don't need it. And my toolbox is paid off. So if I want to keep it, to what end am I willing to go to do so? And that came down to selling the toolbox. And I could totally rock out of a Gen 3 Harbor Freight US General that's almost the same exact thing. You guys have seen me do it before. Okay, so why specifically, and how much, and how did I figure this out? So I figure if I can get about $8,000 for my MATCO 4S with hutch, now that's a dang good deal. It's a $15,000 box. I'm saying empty, right? I only owe MATCO like $3,000 towards actual tool debt, because once I had it pretty close to paid off, and then I added a few things which obviously increased it. But anyone that's been a wrench for a while knows that $3,000 on a professional tool truck does not go very far, my friends. Not far at all. So that ought to teach you how close I am to paying it off. All right, so I pay that off, puts 5 in pocket. The 5 in pocket, I could always go and purchase a Gen 3 version of it. Okay, so that's a couple grand. Let's say $2-3 grand, right? So that still leaves me with 2. And then I can go ahead and have $2,000 in savings. That's how I was looking at it. So it'd be slick if I could sell it for that. I don't know if that's what I will sell it for, but that's kind of my game strategy behind it. What would that save for me per month? $400 a month. That would save me $400 a month. And that's pretty close to basically what I got to pay to keep the bike. So you see where I'm going with this? So I'm trying to clear up the things that I wanted for the thing that I want. I want to keep my bike. That's why I worked the deal with Harley, and I've been trying to figure it out. just like I wanted my toolbox. Now I don't need my toolbox, so on to the next want, right? Which is to keep the bike. So that's why I'm selling the toolbox. My reasoning, my justification. Now, I'm sure the next question is gonna go, but what if it doesn't sell for that? Okay, well, if it doesn't sell for that, I could still clear my MATCO tool balance of the $3,000, and whatever in addition to would have to go between whatever toolbox I'm moving this stuff into, and hopefully be able to save whatever is left up to a certain point. You see what I mean? But the idea is to clear up that $400 monthly payment. I'm sure I could try to refinance. That would be bad in my decision because right now my credit score is not the best. I've got a huge way to come back, but I'll get there. I'll get there. So this is what my plan was going forward. If I could smell a handful of piddly things, I can at least catch up and almost be within some kind of a budget form at that point, depending on electricity, gas, etc., right? Okay, but until that day, these are the things I have to play with. I know a lot of you are going to say, man, I would never do that, especially if I already have it paid off. It's a beautiful box. No way. And there's going to be a handful where you're like, yep, that seems like the most logical thing to me. Get rid of the high-end one, move it into something that it's more affordable but also paid off. Run with your brung, show us some videos about it, tell us how that toolbox worked out for you, etc. And then there's going to be some of you that are like, man, I don't even know what I would do in that situation because that's a long ways away from where I'm at right now. And I get it. Cost of living isn't cheap. And I don't want to repo on my credit, so this is how I'm trying to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a work in progress. But look, that's all I got for this video. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I got a few packages mailed off to a few people that I met through the YouTubes, so you guys should be getting that stuff soon. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Deuces.